Hi there and welcome to my channel. My name is Catherine. I am a business English teacher and today I am going to cover a very common mistake that native English speakers often make. If you do learn something from this video or there's some new information here, please like the video and maybe share with a friend. It really helps me get my videos out to more students like yourselves. To start with, we need to understand what an absolute adjective is. So an adjective, of course, is a descriptive word, such as strong, beautiful, impeccable. And an absolute adjective is when that adjective, you either are something or you are not something. There is no in between. The meaning of this adjective cannot be intensified or compared or changed. So for example, I could say someone is very beautiful, kind of beautiful, a little beautiful. I can change, I can intensify or lessen the meaning of that word. But if someone is perfect, they are either perfect or not perfect. You cannot be very perfect. This is an example of an absolute adjective. You either are or you are not. Another example, unique. You either are unique or you are not unique. You cannot be very unique. Of course, we hear it all the time in movies, in songs, but it's not grammatically correct. You either are unique or you are not unique. There's no higher compliment than being unique. This is an absolute adjective. But a mistake you will see many native English speakers making is trying to intensify or quantify these words. And often it's in songs, it's in movies, it's in books. People are trying to be creative and really emphasize what they mean. So they will say she was very unique. He was incredibly perfect. They were extremely individual. Again, you cannot be extremely individual. You either are individual or you are not individual. So these words should be grammatically alone in the sentence. Here are some other examples of absolute adjectives. Timeless. You either are timeless or not timeless. Pregnant. Now this is a very good example because you would never say someone was nearly pregnant or very pregnant. You hear it all the time, but you cannot be very pregnant. You either are pregnant or you are not pregnant. Complete. It's either complete or not complete. Pure. Definite. Indefinite, again, something is either definite or it's indefinite. So we shouldn't be intensifying these words. We shouldn't be trying to emphasize these words. It's either definite or indefinite. Flawless. Now, flawless means something has absolutely no flaws. The painting of the Mona Lisa was flawless, was very flawless. You can't say that because it either has flaws or doesn't. Excellent, unforgettable, enormous, inevitable, and supreme. Now, of course, there are more, and feel free to search or ask ChatGPT for a list of absolute adjectives so you have them and you know which ones are absolute adjectives and therefore cannot be intensified. Now note, as always with the English language, there are some exceptions. So if you want to say someone isn't quite something, so not over, not very perfect, not incredibly perfect, but if you want to say they're not quite there, they are under, here's perfect and they are here. We do sometimes add not quite perfect, not quite unique. We might say almost, nearly, or virtually. She was almost perfect. The understanding here is she wasn't perfect, because if she was, you would just say she was perfect. Nearly complete. The understanding is it's not complete, because if it was complete, you would just say it's complete. Virtually unforgettable. Again, if it was unforgettable, you would just say so. But because it's not quite unforgettable, you still forgot parts of whatever happened, you could say virtually unforgettable. However, the understanding is it is not that absolute adjective you are using. Nearly perfect, meaning she's not perfect. Nearly complete, meaning it is not complete. And notice you cannot use these with some of the other absolute adjectives we've gone through. You couldn't say someone was nearly pregnant. They either are or they're not. You couldn't say someone was almost excellent. They either are or they're not. He was perfect in everything he did. He either is or isn't perfect. But she was almost perfect in everything she did. The understanding is she was not perfect. The new product was supreme. It stood out above the rest. It is supreme. The new product was almost supreme, meaning it wasn't supreme. It didn't quite hit that mark of supreme. So be careful when you are constructing your sentences that you are not adding quantifiers or intensifiers to absolute adjectives. However, if you do, no one will pick up on the mistake because, as I said, they are used all the time by native speakers in creative writing. If you are a journalist or you're writing an article and you really want to emphasize something, you will say above perfect or extremely excellent. But technically, grammatically, you cannot be above perfect. You cannot be extremely excellent. You either are or you are not, because it is an absolute adjective. So this isn't necessarily something you need to change if you do this often. It's just something to bear in mind. And especially if you're taking an English exam, remember your absolute adjectives. After the exam, do whatever you want with your adjectives. During the exam, know when you can intensify a word and when you cannot intensify a word. That's all today. It was a very short video. I just wanted to raise this topic and make you aware of it. As always, thank you for being here to support me and like the video if you enjoyed it. I will see you next time. Bye.